The shocking news is nothing new for Kaley Cuoco. First, she surprised everyone by moving in with her husband of 2 years for the first time at the beginning of You Know What. Then, she and Karl jointly announced their divorce a week ago and shocked fans to the core. And now the rumors of her romance with co-star Pete Davidson started swirling around. So what's happening in the actor's life? Did her unconventional marriage end up not working? And what's next for Miss Cuoco?
I don't know. Just trying to get it out.
If you
A romance with Pete Davidson, maybe? Hop in and we'll give you all the details. Kaley Cuoco shocked the world when she announced her forthcoming divorce from her husband of 3 years, Karl Cook, filing the paperwork the very same day.
there could be a divorce sometime. You never know.
That never
gives it
happens.
6
I don't know what you're talking about. He gives it 6 months.
And now, her new movie seems to be overtaking her life. The Flight Attendant star and Pete Davidson came together in an upcoming romantic comedy, Meet Cute. In the film, Cuoco and Davidson's characters fall madly in love, but it's starting to look like the script could be pushing the boundaries of reality after insiders claim that the pair have become increasingly close. Just last month, Pete had split from Bridgerton star Phoebe Dynevor over issues with long distance and conflicting schedules, as he spent long hours on set in LA and she started work on the period drama in London. At the time, sources claimed that Pete's growing friendship with Kaley was a contributing factor, but then, in public at least, Kaley was believed to be happily married. Now Kaley has announced her split from Karl after 5 years together, and sources close to the production of Meet Cute are saying they saw it coming. Seemingly, Pete and Kaley have gotten on incredibly well since day one, but as the weeks have passed, it's become clear there's some attraction there. Obviously, they play a couple in the film, and it's all very romantic and sweet, but the chemistry between them is so palpable, it's all people could talk about on set, claimed the source. Just 24 hours after Kaley broke the news, she was back at work filming with Pete. The pair held hands as they took on the roles of Sheila and Gary, with Sheila using a time machine to repeatedly fix details from her last date. Last month, Cuoco shared several behind-the-scenes photos of her and Davidson from the film. In one post, the pair are sat next to each other, with the SNL comedian resting his head on her shoulder. "What an experience," she wrote in the caption. "Loved every single human involved with this special little gem of a film. Would do it over and over and over again," she added, in a playful reference to the plot. Everyone?
What is Pete Davidson's secret when it comes to love and relationships?
Hey man, you just gotta be yourself.
Unsurprisingly, it didn't go unnoticed by fans that both Pete and Kaley are newly single. And eagle-eyed fans were quick to point out that their on-screen chemistry appeared to translate behind the scenes too, jumping onto Twitter to post their theories that Pete and Kaley could be transferring the romance off-screen. If Kaley Cuoco and Pete Davidson start dating, the world will become a better place. I don't make the rules. It will be announced in 3 weeks that Kaley Cuoco is dating Pete Davidson. That is all, one fan predicted. Well, for now, it remains to be seen whether Kaley and Pete will become romantically involved. But what happened to her seemingly great, unconventional marriage to Karl Cook? The pair began dating in 2016. "That's what happy looks like," she captioned a photo, confirming her new relationship.
He's so real. I've never met a kinder human being. He's gentle and he's real, and I'm completely in love with him. I mean, nothing could be better.
They were engaged a year later on her birthday, got married in 2018 in an intimate ceremony near San Diego, but only moved in together during quarantine last year. Oh yes, you heard that right. The You Know What has been a trying time for everyone, but for Kaley Cuoco, it's brought a glimmer of good news, at least at the time. She's finally moved in with her husband. Talking about why they didn't move in together straight away, Kaley revealed they weren't in any rush to do so. "We're eventually going to be under the same roof forever," she said, following their first anniversary. "We're building our dream house." "Sure, but why don't you live together in another place before it's all done?"
Everyone was like so crazed that we didn't live together. They couldn't believe. I was like, why do you care? Didn't understand it.
Kaley said at the time that they had a very unconventional marriage. "We have different locations that we're at a lot. We're not together every single day, and I think, personally, it's important. It works well for us," she added. Well, at least at the time. But with the situation forcing many to self-isolate and stay indoors, Kaley and Karl decided it was the time to move in together, with the Big Bang Theory star joking that they'd been forced into the situation. Not living together and then suddenly being in a situation where you're around each other 24/7? Whoa.
It's great. I think it's just, you just learn to be better together.
Yeah.
And that's the joy that it is.
And we're lucky that we both share the same loves for animals and all the. That's kind of what brought us together in the first place. So it's we have a lot in common.
When asked about how everything was going since the big move, though, Kaley said it was crazy they hadn't lived together before now, but that the dynamic had worked great. We like each other, we realized, which is even better. Well, not too terrible for a married couple, yes. The two have been spending their time in their new home, drinking and seeing to the needs of their many animals. You know, we don't have kids. We just have 17,000 animals, so we're always trying to keep them, occupied and happy. But when Conan asked what happens when the quarantine is over, Kaley joked that she'd be kicking Karl straight back out again. Whoa.
He's out. This is just for the quarantine. I don't want to get the wrong impression here. This is just for right now.
The happy couple were making sure to keep things fun, and it looked like Kaley and Karl were having a blast at home. However, after 3 years of marriage, the two have now shared that they're going in opposite directions, though they still love and respect each other. The former couple announced their split, noting that their future goals did not align. Although they didn't want to elaborate on the reasoning behind their split, the two pointed out that they still cared about each other deeply and expressed that their separation was entirely amicable. We've made this decision together through an immense amount of respect for one another and request that you do the same in understanding that we will not be sharing any additional details or commenting further. The announcement came as a shock to fans, mainly because Kaley and Karl shared adorable Instagram posts dedicated to one another to mark their anniversary only 10 weeks ago. Kaley said she was sincerely impressed with her husband as they marked 3 years of marriage and shared a cute picture of the pair, adding, "Lol, I love you oh so much, you have no idea. Happy anniversary." And Karl also publicly gushed about their relationship, sharing a hilarious candid picture of Kaley to his feed. He wrote, "I'm just as amazed that it's been 3 years. Feels like just a flash. I love you so much, and I can't wait for a million more years." And it wasn't just fans who were surprised by the split. According to People, friends of the pair also felt that the breakup was very sudden and shocking, and that the pair's separation blindsided them, as the pair previously appeared to be enjoying their time with each other. In the beginning of the summer, Kaley seemed very happy with Karl. They were affectionate and seemed great, a source close to the former couple said. While another insider wasn't startled to hear the news, saying that Kaley is doing fine and that the former couple haven't spent that much time together recently, adding that she has a lot going on in her career now and loves her work, and the relationship is just following different paths. A marriage doesn't work if you rarely see the other one, they continued. Days after their split was announced, Kaley has removed all traces of her estranged husband from her Instagram bio. It previously read, "Mrs. at Mr. Tan Cook," a direct reference to Karl and her former status as his wife. It also read, "Many four-legged kids. I play pretend. Adopt, don't shop. Giddy up. Yes, Norman Productions." What, like it's hard? Now Kaley's bio reads, "Yes, Norman," a simple reference to the television production company she founded in 2017, responsible for the series Harley Quinn and The Flight Attendant. So was it living together that added to them going their separate ways? Or maybe he just wasn't the person she thought he was, just like her previous husband? Cuoco and the professional tennis player Ryan Sweeting got engaged in 2013 after 3 months of dating. The former lovebirds wed in December of that year, but wound up divorcing just 21 months later. While looking back at their whirlwind romance, Kaley said she and Sweeting got married in like 6 seconds. And during their marriage, Ryan completely changed and had her thinking she would never get married again. "My ex ruined that word for me," she said. "The person I ended up with was not the person I originally met, and that wasn't my fault, that was his." Some might say people should live together before marrying because living together changes everything. All those quirks that people have that you might find cute or not even be aware of could become grating. And you might find that you're not a very good match at all. People can show incredibly different sides to themselves when they share a house with someone. Was that the case for a couple? Could very well be.
Some people make mistakes, and I wouldn't call it a mistake. It just is what happened in my life, so I'm excited to see what the future holds, but it happened, and now I have to say, happier than I've ever been.
In the meantime, Kaley's estranged husband has made a return to social media amid their divorce. Cook had been inactive on Instagram for the last month, but decided to post an Instagram live video on Wednesday where he had admitted, quote, "It's been a while since he posted. Been dealing with some stuff," Cook said to the camera while holding a glass of whiskey. Although Karl alluded to his divorce, he made it clear he wouldn't be addressing his love life. "If you're just watching this to hopefully hear me say something about what's been going on in my life, you can tune out because I'm not going to," Cook said. He then said he wanted to engage with fans by walking and talking, something he said has always been a bit therapeutic for him. Makes sense, Mr. Cook. Makes sense. While Karl was in Michigan, Kaley was recently photographed returning to work to shoot her TV series, The Flight Attendant, in Berlin. Just a few days prior, Cuoco wrapped up filming with Davidson in New York City. The actor and producer is definitely keeping busy amid her divorce. What do you guys think of the newly separated couple? Drop your opinions in the comments below. As always, thanks for choosing Rumour Juice. Spread the word, and don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell for more celebrity stories. We'll be right back.